You know what? Oh, Jesus, flashbang me, daddy. Let's now that my whistle's wet, let's jump into the additional PUBG Q&A following their 6th anniversary roadmap dev talk letter video thing. If you guys didn't already see my previous video, I'll link it up above or down in the description below, so be sure to go check that out. Of course, timestamps will be in this video and timestamps will be in that video, so you can skip along to any section that you would like to skip along to. All right, let's jump in. Number 1, are there plans to rework maps other than Erangel and Miramar this year, specifically this year? We don't have any reworks planned for other maps this year. We do have plans to rework Erangel and Miramar, and they showed a little sneak peek of the Miramar rework, which I have in the other dev letter roadmap video, and they showed off the South Island specifically is getting a rework. I think they're going to add a new bridge, change some of the POIs. No confirmation if there's other POIs that'll be adjusted. I have to imagine they will. And then on Erangel, there's no word as to what's being adjusted yet. Hopefully Erangel isn't too much of an adjustment though, because you know it's the OG map. It's the one that everyone knows and loves, and you know you got to be careful when you tweak stuff with that map, because you know you could really screw something up pretty easy. All right, question number 2. Where do you mainly receive inspiration for new maps? Finding inspiration for new maps is not always limited to a particular location. Our initial priority is to ensure that the new map's concept and atmosphere are unique and distinct from our existing maps. After that, we focus on selecting a specific theme. As we strive for realism in PUBG Battlegrounds, I love what they call the game that. We meticulously research areas that align with the chosen theme and narrow down the location where we can best capture the desired concept. You know what? Oh, Jesus, flashbang me, daddy. All right, like the video. Okay, here is a little teaser of the Miramar Map Changes. Again, this is just 1 or 2 of the areas. The South Island. This on the right side here, this could be a potential rework to Hacienda, you know, the hot drop for Miramar. That could be a rework. Over here, you got the water. I say over here on the left side of the screen, the water's right behind the compound, which obviously is telling you it's on the water's edge of the island. And they specifically said in the dev letter or in the Q&A section that they were going to be doing the South Island of Miramar. So that doesn't mean only South Island, but for sure South Island, and then also maybe some other locations. Oh, this is a mirror. Look, check this out. I never actually like looked at this, like really studied it. This is the military section of Miramar, and we know that because look right here. You see all the missile silos? So all that's still in the game. This is the big hill with that compound over there. So the military section is going to get basically a gun range added. Like, think of the training grounds, the actual mode, the training grounds you load in. This is what that looks like. So they're adding that in Miramar. I wonder if that means they're changing the training grounds too. That's kind of cool looking though. I like that. And that makes sense. For a military drop, you have a, you know, gun range and that sort of thing. I like that. That's cool. This looks too big to be Hacienda, in my opinion. But it also has like the kind of middle fountain area, you know, like they could expand Hacienda. They could, but I think it's cool. If that's a new area, I would prefer if that's a new area. I'll just say that. My preference is that is a new area because people already like going to Hacienda. Give us another fun place that people would like going to. I think that'd be cool. This is another new area in Miramar. Again, no confirmation exactly where. What this looks like to me is inside of the building we just looked at. So maybe inside of here. The other image is looking out of that bay window, I believe. Kind of say here's like the balcony. It kind of makes sense. Looking over the balcony there. So there you go. Like a little kitchen, a little restaurant bar, that kind of thing. ESPEranza. Esperanza. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's what the letters are. And here you go. Look, here's a little sneak peek of the top down island of military. And would you look at this here? You see how this is all one landmass? Check it out. Look, all one landmass. No small bridges connecting here, but we have a big bridge here, way bottom. We have another bridge here, which it's all shifted. It's actually it's kind of a big change. This bridge here used to be like way over here, right? That whole town's gone. That whole town used to be all right here. And then it used to come right down here, and there's a bridge like right here, and there's gonna be a whole town you'd fight in. And now there's a new bridge added here. This is no longer a bridge. This is a new area, like some kind of refinery area. This bridge was there before, but I think it's in a different location now. And then look, there's a new bridge on the bottom right down over here. Yo, what's up, Caleb? He says it means hope in Spanish. Yo, thank you. Thank you for the translation. All right, so in Erangel, they just do a flyover of prison, but it looks exactly the same. I wonder if that's foreshadowing where they're going to be changing. Is mansion, again, no changes, but you know, foreshadowing potentially. Okay, here we go. Next question. I'm excited for the new map, codename Neon. Codename is an exclamation point. Codename Neon. Will the care package system in Neon be different from other maps? While it has not been officially confirmed, we are presently engaged in discussions regarding the potential implementation of a unique method for acquiring care packages, which would set it apart from other maps. I'm not sure how I feel about that. A new care package system on Neon, and Neon is the code name for their brand new map that they are adding later this year, which let me get some. It's coming, guys. Hold on. It's coming. There we go. Boom. All right. So this is one teaser image of codename Neon, and they already show a care package here, a traditional care package. So curious to see what other care package experience they could add on this map. Like, think about other maps. You got Paramo has the big Chinook helicopter that flies over and you have to shoot it down. So that's a new one. You've got Tego and Vikindi with the large care packages, you know, where it drops like 7 or 8 boxes at a time. Then Erangel and Miramar are the same, Karakin's the same. But I wonder if by saying care packages, they also mean potentially just ways to obtain level 3 gear. Because if it is ways to obtain level 3 gear, it could be similar to Destin, how you have like the drone rooms or security keys. You know, Tego has the secret rooms. Paramo has the locked bunkers. It could be something like that, where there's a new secret location area you have to get to get the care packages. But yeah, I'll say this on the discussion of care packages, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. Let me know if you feel differently. I don't like when there is an overabundance of level 3 gear. I do like the idea of having fun, secret ways to get cool loot and more loot and new loot and maybe like specialty scopes or something like that. I'm not a big fan of like the big care packages on Vikindi and Tego when you could have, you know, 2 or 3 people of your squad get level 3 weapons and level 3 gear off of one drop. That doesn't really sit that well with me. And like Destin has, you know, the security rooms where you can get gear, which is cool. Then it has care packages, which is cool. It's another way. Vikindi has the crowbar rooms, which have the potential to have level 3 gear. It has the big care packages, which obviously have a lot of level 3 gear. It has the bear locations. They have level 3 gear. Like, there's a lot of different things that people can do. And when you get to end game and you have a lot of people with level 3 gear, you know, it gets kind of hard to overcome some of those situations. So that's the only thing I'll say about that is I like new ways to enjoy the game, but I just cautionally say, hey, let's not oversaturate it. Let's not make it where everybody can get level 3 gear, you know, without risking anything, if that makes sense. Next question is, will you add helicopters to Neon? Essentially, no. It said is not currently within our development plans, but we may possibly reconsider this idea in the future. So in terms of a form of transportation, no helicopters in PUBG, or at least in Neon, which I mean means in PUBG. Yeah, Winchester is a good point. Havens has the security guard rooms, which again, I think it's cool that there's like different ways to get gear. But you know, when it's overly plentiful, it can get pretty tough for sure. Yeah, and exactly, it dilutes the meaning of it too. Great point. Not to mention on Vikendi, you can have armor repair kits and helmet repair kits now too, you know? All right, will the new revival system give multiple opportunities to revive like in Vikendi? So the brand new revive system is what the question's being asked about. The answer is, the new revival system functions in a substantially distinct manner compared to Vikendi's comeback arena. While specific conditions must be met to revive a teammate, it is theoretically possible to achieve multiple revivals. However, given the nature of PUBG Battlegrounds, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds gameplay, even attaining 2 revivals may be a daunting task. Moreover, the erratic nature of the blue zone adds to the difficulty of accomplishing multiple revivals. What this reads to me is PUBG is not going to do a defib system like we've seen in Super People. What this reads to me is they are going to implement revive stations, probably pretty similar to what PUBG Mobile has. For those that don't know, PUBG Mobile has a situation where you basically have to get the dog tag from your dead teammate and you take it to a revive tower, a respawn tower, whatever you want to call it. And you do a little animation and boom, it calls them back in from the top. They parachute back in and they're back into the game. It sounds like it's going to be something like that because they say while you can do multiple revivals, given the erratic nature of the blue zone, it may be difficult to do that because you could think about a scenario where, let's say there's 10 revive towers on the map. But by the time you get to phase 3, 7 of those 10 revive towers are already in the blue zone, and you know, really you can't get to them anymore. So that's what they mean. That's what I think they mean when they say the erratic nature of the blue zone is going to add to the difficulty of accomplishing multiple revives. The one thing that is question mark head scratching for me is it says specific conditions must be met to revive a teammate. That doesn't sound fun to me. I don't like the idea, and I've said it before, of RNG when we're talking about revives of your dead teammate. I think there should be little to no RNG when you're going to revive your teammate. It should come down to the remaining player, whoever's alive. It should come down to them clutching it out, doing the task necessary, whether it's winning the gun battle, you know, killing the other enemies surrounding you, or safely getting your dog tag and going to a specific location. I don't like the thought of these conditions, like if there's multiple steps you have to do, or if it can only be done, you know, during a certain small window of opportunity. I don't know, that kind of like, I don't like the sound of it. I wish they would elaborate more on that instead of leaving it, you know, up to chance. Yeah, well, Fortnite has it, Apex has it, Call of Duty has it. Chat, literally every other game has this same thing. I mean, literally every other game. This isn't them copying a specific game. This is just PUBG finally waking up and like getting with the times. And more so on that, the next question kind of feeds into that. I understand that the revival, this is the question, by the way. I understand the revival systems in Tego and Vikendi are different. Literally, both of them are different. There's 2 comeback arenas. Tego's garbage, Vikendi's way better. Those are different systems. Then they're going to add a new revive system to the maps that don't have comeback BRs. So this is what they plan to do. I don't understand it. This is what they plan to do. They're going to keep Vikendi and Tego with their separate comeback revive systems. Then they're going to slowly add this new revive system to the larger maps that don't have it. So Erangel, Miramar, and Destin. And they're going to start with Erangel. So they didn't mention Karakin, Paramo. I guess smaller maps, they're not worried about it. They're going to X-nay those. So Erangel is going to get it first. then I'm assuming Miramar, Destin. But they're still going to keep Vikendi and Tego with these archaic comeback revives. I don't get it, man. Like, PUBG needs to unify the experience across all maps. When you play the game, you should be playing PUBG. You shouldn't be playing PUBG Tego. Now I'm playing PUBG Erangel. Now I'm playing PUBG you need to be playing PUBG Battlegrounds, whatever they want to call it. The same experience throughout. So I really hope that they get that picture and spread this new feature to all the maps evenly. We don't want to have 3 different revive mechanics depending on which map you're playing, which is also random in the map rotate. Like, it's just, come on, we need to solidify it. We have to solidify it. But RNG is super fun in game. Look, RNG does, I know you're being facetious with that comment, but RNG does play a fun role and element in PUBG and in battle royales. But when it comes to something specific like a revive system, you don't want that to be RNG. You don't want the enemy team to get lucky and be able to get their teammate back, whereas you were unlucky, so you can't get your teammate back. It has to be an even playing field when it comes to who can bring their teammate back. Whether the mechanic is you have to kill whoever killed your teammate, then you can revive them, or you got to get the dog tag and go to a station. Whatever it is, everybody needs to have an equal chance at performing that said function, that said mechanic. Will any weapons be removed during the weapon diversification update? No. Next question. Are there any plans for additional animation updates after the animation refresh that was already implemented? No. Will there be any other refreshes after the animation refresh, such as for in-game sounds? No. Are there any plans for updates aimed at newbies? Our plans are centered around appealing to a broad range of players rather than targeting a specific group. We intend to enhance tutorials, improve the understanding of the minimap, blue zone mechanics, navigation, and other aspects. So no, they're not going to add additional in-game training wheels. However, they already have a pretty extensive tutorial section for new players. It's like 16 chapters that you can complete, and it basically teaches you a little bit about everything in PUBG. So if you're new to the game and you want some help, I recommend going there. Okay, next question. I personally believe safe transportation between islands and land should be better secured. Could you share your thoughts on this? In PUBG Battlegrounds Battle Royale grounds, players' choices can have both positive and negative consequences, and they should be prepared to face the outcome of their decisions. We acknowledge that traveling between islands and land can be inconvenient and unstable. We are monitoring the situation. However, we currently do not see any significant problems that require improvement or modification. I agree. I don't think there needs to be any change. That's part of, we just talked about it earlier, RNG in the game. That's part of the fun about the RNG is that, let's say you secured a location on the South Island, but phase 3 rolls around and the island shifts to the north. That's RNG that you couldn't sometimes predict, and now you have to change your game plan and come up with a new strategy. Having a safe way always to get back and forth would take out some of the fun. Sometimes there has to be a risk reward, for you to move across the island at a certain time. I do, however, like Erangel's method of the ferries. I think if they added something like that to the other maps, I'm not opposed to it. But I think it really works on Erangel because, the distance, the water between islands is so vast that it kind of makes sense that you have this ferry pier or ferry boat that goes across from pier to pier. On Miramar, the river's not that wide. So boats, jet skis, they have 1, 2, 3 bridges. I think that's probably going to be good. And not to mention you have the emergency parachute that you can call in. Gliders. There's a lot of different things. I don't think they need to add anything there, personally. Emergency pickups is very strong. They should limit how long it is valid. Well, they do. After phase 4, you can't use it anymore. They do. I like it. I like the emergency parachute because there is a risk reward to the emergency parachute. It's very obvious. It's right in the sky, and you can see people attached to it. So it's very clear if someone is or isn't on it. and then it makes you deploy your parachute like 200 meters in the air. So like you're a pretty easy target on the way down if you're spotted. I think it's balanced personally. Yo, the bridge still is scary. Me and Bob had one hell of a bridge camp. If you guys haven't seen his YouTube video, I didn't post it on my channel. It's on his channel. The bridge camp game that we did, it was like 7 squads coming across the bridge. We actually emergency parachuted on top of it, landed on the bridge, and like then we did a bridge camp with spike strips. Like it was hot, man. It was hot. Will more care package exclusive weapons be added? Our priority is to add commonly used weapons, but we're also considering the gradual addition of care package exclusive weapons. Well, they just did the FAMAS. They took the AUG out, gave it a progressive skin, contraband critical CDome skin, and then put the FAMAS in. So, I mean, yeah, I'm sure they're always going to be adding new guns. Is there a plan to add a feature where you can upgrade your weapon during a match? No. Regarding weapon balancing, are there plans to adjust attachment stats or add new attachments? They recently did an update to improve attachment stats. No additional plans, so nothing new except the attachment changes they already made. Will the 3-match daily limit for casual mode be removed or increased? We currently have no plans to modify it. I think that's okay. Ultimately, I think they should probably just take off the limit, make it limitless for the casual mode, but make it to where you can't get XP and do your challenges in that mode. I believe a feature where you can destroy buildings already exists within the game. C4. Will you be adding a new feature that is even more powerful? Yeah, I don't know who's asking these questions. This is silly. We cannot provide a definitive answer this time, but we are attempting to implement gameplay where players can destroy buildings using a variety of weapons. Yes, building destruction, aka levolution, is already in Karakin on those certain buildings. They have the C4 walls, the cell phone C4 walls you can blow out. You can shoot through the sheetrock, and the black zone missiles that come down can destroy those buildings. On top of that, PUBG did already say in their dev letter, they're talking about adding destructible environments to PUBG. That includes buildings and the actual terrain. One example they gave was throwing a grenade into a field, and it would blow up a hole that you could get into for cover in the middle of a field. In esports, only FPP is used, while ranked has both FPP and TPP. If the rule set is unified, will TPP be removed from ranked, or will TPP be added to esports? That's an interesting question. We don't aim to make esports and ranked entirely identical, although the rules will be consistent. Esports will maintain its FPP setting, and we will continue to offer the current perspective options for ranked. So no, they're not going to get rid of TPP, but they're not going to add it to esports either. Will PUBG prioritize improving existing systems or introducing new creative systems in the future? Both aspects are crucial. We mainly focus on new content development. Until last year, we plan to allocate more resources to enhancing existing systems alongside creating new one this year with a 50-50 ratio in mind. This is like super important because it kind of goes to what we're talking about earlier with the revive thing. They added the comeback arena to Tego, then took 6 to 8 months before they made one change to the comeback arena in Tego, and it was still not good. It was not where it needed to be. Then another year plus went by before they updated the system and changed it in Vikendi. That definitely needs to be enhanced in terms of the turnaround time to updating things that they add to the game. Tactical gear is another example. You've got tactical gear in there. They've done some small balance adjustments to it, but largely it needs to be addressed, and it kind of feels like a lot of the times the stuff just sits there for too long and goes unused, gets forgotten about, and then they finally get around to updating it. Anti-cheat. Are there plans to strengthen the anti-cheat? We are currently implementing penalties for intentional team killing and considering additional measures to reinforce these sanctions. We plan to collaborate with relevant teams to execute these actions. Checking team killing history before starting a match is possible, but not on the starting island. This issue warrants further discussion with the appropriate teams. Okay, so nothing about anti-cheat. But yeah, so some good info. The top bit, my key takeaways, if you're skipping through the video to this part, the new revive system is going to be Erangel at first, then they'll expand it to Miramar and Destin. They are going to keep Tego and Vikendi with their own separate different comeback revives for now. The revive mechanic isn't explicitly laid out as to how it's going to work, but from what it reads here is it's going to be a comeback revive tower, similar to what we see in Apex and PUBG Mobile and Fortnite, where you have to get, a player card or a dog tag, take it to that specific station, and then call your buddy back in. Can do it multiple times in a match technically, although they said it's going to be very challenging. Erangel and Miramar are going to see a bit of a rework. Specifically, Miramar's southern island is going to get a huge rework, and also some of the north military areas. It's unsure of what other areas will be touched. Same thing for Erangel. The images shown were prison and mansion, but no confirmation as to what exactly could change at those locations, or if other locations are going to be updated and changed as well on Erangel. No new vehicles to state for now. Codename Neon, the brand new map that's going to be coming out, is testing a new care package type system. No details as to what it is, but think of like an alternate way to get care packages or level 3 gear into that map. So there you go, guys. That's a quick recap on the PUBG dev letter Q&A round 2. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with a buddy, and get subscribed for more PUBG content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.